So on this tutorial, we will cover the setup for suppliers. If we have suppliers to which we can send orders, we can have integration with software like Data or Biometrics and any other industry softwares that accept CSV, XML or Webhook. So first, what we need to do is to set up the status of when our order will be sent to the supplier, and those statuses can be customized in WooCommerce, but we're not going to do that now. We're just going to focus on what I already set up, which is when my order status is completed is when we're going to do this. So we need to add our supplier. So let's click add supplier. So the first supplier we're going to choose will be Webhook, and we can include our sample orders or not. In our case, we don't want to send the sample orders to our supplier as we're sending them ourselves. We can choose one or multiple categories. In this case, I will only choose this. For example, if you have two products, roller or vertical, and you only want to send the roller to this supplier and the vertical to another supplier, you can configure like that. You need to specify a webhook URL, so I'm just going to take this as a test, and we're going to set up this on here. Oh, hold on, just spare me a second. Unique. That's my address, sorry for that. Okay, and let's save this, and I can enable or disable the supplier. Now we need to place a quick test order. Now that my order has been completed, as you can see, my supplier hasn't got anything from me. So what I have to do, I actually have to go back to WooCommerce. I have to go back to orders, and in orders I have my test order, and I have to actually ensure that the status is completed. And when that's happening, now that has been completed, we need to check to see what has been sent to our supplier. So we're going to go to our webhook. As you can see, we send the account code, which we configured earlier, or order date, order number, to who we're going to deliver this order, which products, and drop the code, what's the weight to drop, what's the quantity, and the parameters, which are our options. As you remember, measure name, whatever we set up, and control size, so our supplier understands what we actually sending. This is how we set up the webhook. Now let's go back to our module, and let's add an XML supplier. So we're going to select XML. We're going to name our supplier, so let's call it XML. Again, we can specify the category. In this case, we specify roller as well, and any products assigned to this category are going to be sent to the supplier in this format. In our case, we will have to set up our supplier as on FTP. So I'm going to set up this, and I'm going to provide my password, and I have to provide a folder path. So I'm going to specify that. I'm going to test the connection. As you can see, connection has been set up. Now to avoid conflicts, I'm going to turn off webhook. I'm going to go to place another order. And I'm going to complete my order, and now I'm going to come back to approved order. So as you can see, it's over here, and I'm going to change the status to completed, and now I'm going to go to the FTP. We are assuming this is the supplier FTP. And in here, we're going to see what we actually got. So we have an XML EDI file. I'm going to edit this as an example. I'm just going to take out the information, and I'm going to format this a little bit. And on the left side, you can actually see what we sent to our supplier. So we send our company account code, so they know who we are, they know our company name, they know the date we send the order. We're sending the details, which is the purchase order, so we can identify when we call them. as well as what we include into order. So we have roller product, we have the fabric size, the width drop, the fabric code which you need, to who they're going to deliver this address. All this information is onto the XML file. Now let's go back and configure this as a CSV. So let's go back to our module, and we're going to disable XML, and we're going to add another one. We're going to call this one CSV. We're going to select CSV. We're going to select the category. Same thing, and we need to specify our FTP details, and we're going to specify CSV as folder path. Let's take password, test the connection has arrived, save this, and now we're going to place another order, of course. Let's test this again. Let's tube that, and let's say we can do this. Let's see what's going to happen. And we have an error, we cannot do more than 3000, so let's try 3000, and you can see that. And let's do something else. Let's say we want centimeters, so we're going to 71 by 85, and we want this, and we want that. Get instant price, the price is the same, and in our case now we have two products. So let's go back to our WooCommerce, and let's approve this order, and let's change this to completed. And now let's go back to our FTP, and let's go to CSV. As you can see, we have an order 82 CSV. Let's download the file, and let's open the file. As you can see, in our order we have the fields, account code, so supplier can identify where we are, the order date, and what we actually been ordering. And you can see clear that the start this is our product, fabric code we choose, the width drop, and the different, because that's what we ordered. As you remember, we ordered 71 centimeters and by 85. In this case, it's been converted automatically to millimeters, so our supplier can process this. And you can also see what's happening regarding the quantities and the option that we have been choosing. If we had choosing more options, those have actually been showing in here. So this is how you configure the module to have multiple suppliers. It's very simple, it's not very complicated. You just go back to order export, you can add categories on the product and then assign those categories to different suppliers. If you have the same supplier, you have multiple suppliers, the same category, you will send the order to those both suppliers. That means you need to be carefully when you configure here that you ensure that you only have the suppliers that you wish to send the order to. If you also wish to send the sample to the order, you need to go to the supplier and choose the option yes. This will also send to your supplier sample order for your customer. So this is how you set up. This is the last tutorial on this series. I hope you enjoy it. I know it's a bit long, but it was necessary in order for you to understand how to set up this and how to export orders out. I hope you enjoy it, and if you like it, hit the like button and the subscribe. Thank you.